G'day everybody, welcome to another episode of This Week in Crypto. I'm your host Craig Cobb, and I wasn't here last week because I went bush. Yep, went out in the cold, had fires, looked at the stars, shot some guns and went fishing. I had a great time being completely disconnected from the world, and I suggest that if you get the chance you do the same, because man did I come back feeling refreshed and very keen on, very happy about having a heater in the house. Look, what's happened this week in crypto? Well, there's one story that dominates them all, and we're going to cover it. Of course, I'm talking about the Twitter hack. Yep, somebody got into the verified account somehow through the back end of Twitter and posted a Bitcoin address. Now, I know not too many people have fallen for that, which I think is a really positive thing. Because you haven't just got crypto people that were alerted to this. Of course, we had Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Bill Gates, Yeezy. You know, we had Kanye there as well. We had a lot of different people and businesses. That's hundreds of millions, possibly even billions of people the world over seeing what actually went on. Now, they could have jumped into Donald Trump, his account, and created World War III. But they didn't. They asked for some Bitcoin. And it was taken down relatively quickly. But I'll tell you what, it's good to see that the world is starting to wise up on some of these things and not be so silly. Well, at least the crypto world. They did get some, they didn't get a lot. And of course, there's a big investigation going on, which I'm sure we're going to hear about in weeks to come. But don't worry, I'll keep you informed as to what's going on around the event as I see fit to do so. So, Popgrave. You can see they took some screenshots before it all got taken down. Elon Musk, as I said, Kanye, Jeff Bezos, of course, Uber there as well, the Winklevoss twins, and a whole lot more. Now, a couple of people did get baited. I'm sorry to say that. I'm sorry to hear that. Of course, this was based on yesterday. Maybe it's a little bit more, maybe it's a little bit, well, it won't be less, of course. But yeah, it was a really big one. Jack Dorsey weighing in on the matter. Of course, we all know that Jack Dorsey, the founder of Twitter, is a big fan of Bitcoin. Probably one of the most vocal people out there that has something so powerful as a social media platform. Not just, you know, a person on the platform. He is the platform. So he's really positive Bitcoin. He's bullish Bitcoin. He likes Bitcoin. He's obviously not having a good week. All right, not having a good week at all, the poor bugger. Thank you for having Twitter for us there. But yeah, hopefully better days ahead. Now, just to show you just how dominant this piece of news is, I jump across to CoinDesk and I'm showing you right now, Twitter. There is so much about Twitter right now and that hack. And look, it's the good thing is they've said it's not a Bitcoin fault. This is what the lawmakers have been saying in the US. It's not Bitcoin's fault. Of course, it's not Bitcoin's fault. Just like, you know, if someone buys drugs, it's not the US dollar's fault. But the US dollar is what facilitates people buying large swathes of drugs. Not so much Bitcoin these days. Yeah. Go figure. So very, very interesting times ahead of us. Of course, there is a huge amount of information out there, and there's so much there that, I mean, there's so many different angles. They're all saying more or less the same thing from what I can see in there. But I think, you know, as it says here, where is it? Twitter hack used. Oh no, hang on. Bitcoin to cash. Okay, where is it? Wasn't about the money. Few people fell for Twitter hack data indicates. Maybe it wasn't about the money. So maybe it was just a bit of a I got you. If they really wanted to do some damage, I'm sure they really could have. It almost seems like a sneaky little, you're not as good as you thought you were, Jack, my boy. Your security's not very good. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if they find this person. One or two things will happen. They'll throw this individual in jail. They'll probably get that individual to show them how he did it, or her, how she did it, to help with security going forward. A lot of hackers these days get employed by big companies to try and find issues and then go ahead and fix it. So CoinDesk is literally all over. I mean, Twitter's all over CoinDesk. Here's something else, however, that is not to do with Twitter, and it's over here on Cointelegraph. I found this quite interesting today, to be fair. What I found here is this. Major lobbyists in DC see a shift in regulatory tone towards crypto since pandemic. Now, if you've been following my podcast, the Craig Cobb Crypto Show, or anything really that I do in that sort of a vein where I'm just talking about things going on, you'll have heard me say it looks as though, you know, it's the perfect time for digital assets to really take hold, digital currency for that matter. Of course, with COVID, they've been, you know, when it was I know here in Australia anyway, a lot of us, when it was sort of really kicking off, we're told, don't use money the way we normally would. A lot of restaurants, bars that weren't shut, or newsagents, or, when you're paying for your coffee through takeaway, they were asking that we pay with card only. Now, of course, the obvious reason why is that we can't pass our germs on if we're the only one touching our card. And with PayWave here, you don't even need to touch the thing. You just hover it over the top and bingo, there goes your money. So from that point of view, it does make perfect sense for them to speed up their, quest into blockchain and digital assets. So there's one or two things that I need to discuss here. I was actually on a panel for, I think it's a Singapore Blockchain Week, which I believe starts next week, and we discussed the absolute power that some nations, or whatever the currency may yield by having the data the data of all of our habits. There's positives and there's negatives there as well, and depending on where you sit around freedoms and whatnot, it could be a massive negative. It could make life a whole lot easier, but it's now really starting to come to the forefront. Governments around the world are starting to discuss digital assets, and as you can see down here, there's now consensus among policymakers that it's a good idea to upgrade our money. And yes, that is progress. Being said here from Mr. Boring, what this is saying here is a 180. They're not talking much about anything else around this, anything else realistically other than the pandemic at the moment, because of the elections coming out. It has been noted as well, but it is starting to come in and be discussed in a much more serious way than what it was. Could this be good for our cryptos? Could this be good for Bitcoin? I really don't know. Time will tell. But I think as more and more people start to gauge or understand the amount of government control they could have around this, I think Bitcoin does seem as though it's it's a world to its own. It's not it's not owned by any single. We are all Satoshi. And, that's a positive thing, as it might give people access to understanding that they can own their own capital or own their own money and not have the overseeing reach of Big Brother knowing exactly what we're up to day. So what does it mean going forward? Well, what it basically means, here it is. There's still a lot more room for education, according to Boring. There's a massive technology gap and an even bigger gap when it comes to digital assets and blockchain. So the thing is there's going to need to be a lot of education around blockchain, around the space, which means a lot more talk about blockchain and around digital assets. Talk about digital assets, talk about cryptocurrencies means talk around the world at higher echelons of government, which will flow down in the news cycles, in the papers, and in everything that you sort of come across day to day. I think short to medium term, it could be good. We've got to see how that election goes, I think, before we really start to see anything significant come of it. In other news, well, it's been a fantastic week for myself and the traders in the Trader Cobb community that are following the strategies and sharing trade ideas. We've had a fantastic run of great trades, both long and short. Many picking up a great short last night on Ethereum. I've been short Doge for pretty much the majority of the week. Also EOS there, Tron, it's just been going really well. Another one, spot market with no margin at all, is Data. DATABTC has been going well. Also Lend and Band BTC. It's just been a stunning period of time. July's been really, really good to us. I hope it's been good to you. I hope you're safe. I hope you're well. I hope you're happy. And if you want to see my weekly watch list, also my daily sort of scans, not scans so much, but my watch list and what I do and what my members and team does, then all you got to do is open up an account. If you've already got one with FTX, fine. Use that. I've got a survey. I just want you to do that survey. And you'll find the link in the description. You get a free month, 6-day-a-week videos from myself and my team to see exactly what's up. So you can try before you buy, essentially. Speaking of which, anyway, we do have a 10-day money-back guarantee in place also for our courses. Have a great week, guys. This has been This Week in Crypto. And I'll be back again next week. Cheers and bye for now.
The Trader Cobb Crypto Show, talking business in blockchain.